It's the kind of exhibit where no matter how old you are, everyone can have some fun. But Representative Thornberry says these newly configured missiles would stop anyone from using nuclear weapons. Now, Ghost over here and Pixar over here are from Ontario, where there is a quota system for dairy farmers. But in New York, it's not that easy. Although Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says that he plans on blocking Kavanaugh's nomination, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell wants to have a confirmation hearing before the Supreme Court is back in session this October. With attractions like restaurants, shopping centers, and a giant Roman-style theater, they're hoping to attract almost 40,000 people to come and live in the first Palestinian planned city of Rawabi. As agricultural communities continue to look warily at trade tariffs, Republican congressmen are trying to stay loyal to the president while keeping their constituents happy. Now, the owner of AJ's says that he noticed red flags when Zan tried to purchase a gun. If you're looking to see American pride in action, look no further than the Old Guard, the official ceremonial unit of the U.S. Army. They pride themselves on
perfection. We take everything to an absolute perfection. That is the standard, and we set it. When it comes to uniform, to patience, time, drill, we do everything in repetition, and we make sure that it's absolutely perfect for the American people.
Among other duties, they perform with Army musicians in a show that celebrates American military tradition. This week's show honored veterans of the Korean War, such as Luther Dappin of South Dakota.
I've been looking forward to this Twilight tattoo.
Private Jones enlisted in the Army a year ago and says he joined the Old Guard for a different kind of challenge.
The opportunity to do something that most people in the Army honestly don't even know about.
The Army is in his blood. He's from Texas and the fourth generation in his family to serve.
It was a big family honor.
And he's not the only one here that's serving from Texas. He says that there's a special way you can tell when another soldier is from the Lone Star State.
So a lot of us carry Texas flags on our bags, and that's kind of what sticks us out.
More than a dozen people in his platoon are from Texas. As a Texan, it's comforting to be with those from a similar background. But as an American,
I'm just happy to be part of the Old Guard overall.
Serving today while honoring those who served before. In Washington, D.C., Odeya Pinkus, Fox 14 News. At the National Building Museum's Funhouse exhibit, all the elements of a house are there, but they look a little different. Imagine giant letters you can climb on in your front yard, a huge pillow fort, and, of course, the big hit.
I like the ball pit.
The exhibit is designed by the New York City-based firm Snarkitecture.
It just makes our visitors kind of think, I wonder why the design of my house or my building or my office is the way that it is.
One visitor is 9-year-old Abigail. She's got big dreams.
My older daughter has wanted to be an architect. That's kind of her long-term plan, so.
But if this was Abigail's house, well, she says,
I would want it to be 10 times bigger.
It's the kind of exhibit where no matter how old you are, everyone can have some fun.
It kind of makes everyone a kid again, and that's something I really like to see.
The Funhouse is open through Labor Day. In Washington, D.C., Odeya Pinkus, KAMR Local 4 News.
We are your local election headquarters.
The NDAA authorizes the government to spend on defense during the next fiscal year. It would allow for $717 billion to be spent.
A third of the money that we spend on defense goes to people, to salaries and health care benefits. Our people are our most valuable asset.
Thornberry says troops would receive a 2.6% pay raise.
But we've got some pretty valuable assets in the Panhandle, too, when it comes to national security, and those folks are really proud to make that contribution.
Assets like Bell and the Pantex plant.
You'll see some significant increases in funding. We will buy more V-22s and other sorts of products from Bell. but you also see more funding for the nuclear weapons complex.
$11.2 billion would go toward nuclear weapons activities. Pantex maintains the current warheads, but it could get a new task as well.
The Trump administration has proposed that some of those warheads be changed so that they would have a lower yield.
Lower yield means less powerful, but some scientists say there's no need for a new type of weapon.
The U.S. is the most powerful country in the world, but we're saying we need new types of weapons to keep us secure. What does that tell Iran or North Korea or China?
But Representative Thornberry says these newly configured missiles would stop anyone from using nuclear weapons. In Washington, D.C., Odeya Pinkus, KAMR Local 4 News.